Hi guys and welcome back. So today I'm going to be showing you how to make these vanilla cake slices. Let's begin. So to start on the recipe, you'll want to grab yourself a large mixing bowl. I'm using my stand mixer. Then place in your butter and your granulated white sugar. Then beat the two together until they are lighter and fluffier in colour and consistency. And this should take around 7 to 10 minutes to get to the perfect consistency, and it should become a kind of paler colour as well. That's what you're looking for. Something like this, that's perfect. Then you can go ahead and add in your eggs one at a time, beating well in between each addition. And as you add in the eggs, you will notice that the consistency changes and becomes a little bit more liquid. This is completely normal and it works really well with this recipe, so don't worry about it at all. If you do find it splitting or curdling a bit, just keep mixing and it will alleviate a bit. Then you can go ahead and add in your vanilla as well and just mix until fully incorporated. Once that's incorporated, you can then add in your flour. I added it just keeping the mixer going and it doesn't make that much of a difference. Once it's fully incorporated, you can then go ahead and give the bowl a good scraping down, and this is just to incorporate any bits that may not have been fully worked in from earlier on. So don't forget to get the very top of the bowl and the very bottom of the bowl, as this is normally where bits of ingredients don't fully incorporate for me. Don't know why, but that's what happens. Once you've done that, you can then take a 9 by 9 inch square baking pan which has been lined with some parchment paper and just place the batter into there and spread and level it out as best as you possibly can. Once it's done that, you can place it into your preheated oven and bake it off. Then you can go ahead and make the buttercream of a medium-sized bowl which is heat-proof, and add in your egg whites followed by the sugar and whisk together until they are well combined. Once they are well combined, you can then place over a saucepan of simmering water and just keep whisking until the sugar has been cooked out, and the mixture should not feel granular when you feel it, and as it works its way into being done, you will notice it becomes smoother and glossier, and this is completely normal, and it will become more white than the egg white colour, and this is completely normal in how it works. Once you've done that, you can then transfer to a mixing bowl and then just keep whisking until it becomes much more marshmallowy and meringue, and this is what you're looking for. Once you can touch the bottom of the bowl with the back of your hand, you can then add in the butter chunk by chunk until it's fully incorporated. It takes a little bit of time, but it's fully worth it, and this is one of those buttercreams, a little more effort, a few more ingredients, but it works really well. Like all buttercreams, it's got a slightly yellowish hint, and this is due to the amount of butter that is added. There's quite a lot. Once your butter has been added and you're happy, you can then add in the flavouring. I'm using vanilla and just whisk that in until it's fully incorporated, and then just mix, and you're then good to go. So once your buttercream is made and your cake is ready, you can go ahead and decorate the cake. I take the cake out of the tin and remove the parchment from around the sides, just pulling it away. Transfer the buttercream into a piping bag, and as you can tell, I've coloured it green and red, and then just added a 1mm piping tip and just pipe zigzags over the top of the entire cake. You could do this on each individual portion, but why do that? I don't want to do that. I just did it on the whole thing. Then I sprayed over some of that edible glitter that you can buy, and this is just to add a bit more festive cheer. Then I had some of these halo sprinkles that needed to be used up, and was perfect colour for this cake. They was red and green with gold or kind of silver nonpareils, which works really well. Or not nonpareils, rods, aren't they? I don't know what they are. And then I chilled it for a bit to make it easier to cut up, and so it was about half an hour in the fridge. And then you cut it into 9 portions, but feel free to cut it into less, as the more or less, because these are big portions of cake and you might not want such a big piece. This would also make the perfect Christmas cake alternative, so keep that in mind if you're not a fruit cake kind of person. Here's what my cake looked like. You can see you've got the red and green buttercream, spongy vanilla cake, and the sprinkles. What's not to love? It's a very simple but effective cake. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe for more from me, and I'll be back again next year with some more recipes for you, so join me then. In the meanwhile, don't forget to check out the description. There'll be a link to this recipe, a link to my blog, and links to all my social medias. But that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed. Wishing you all a Merry Christmas, and I'll see you in the new year. Bye guys.